is going on, guys? So today I wanted to make an update video. I've seen so many comments talking about Ashley getting arrested, what's the update, and unfortunately I don't have any good news whatsoever. Most of you guys would know the court date was October 11th, and if you don't know what I'm referring to, I'll give you a quick summary, but if you want to be fully filled in, there's a video right up here or down in the description. But basically, when we arrived at Mustang Week, we showed up for the, I guess it was the pre-meet to Mustang Week, which was on a Monday. And we showed up, went for dinner at the Broadway on the beach, or at the beach, or whatever it's called. We showed up there, and Ashley left a little bit early. She drove out where everyone's telling people to do burnouts. She took the corner, she accelerated in first gear, made quite a bit of noise, but did not spin tire, did not exceed the speed limit. And again, my full explanation on all that is down below. She was then pulled over, arrested for reckless driving, and now we have the situation that we're in currently. So we did get a lawyer to go ahead and fight the reckless driving charge. Unfortunately, he had to show up to court on October 11th only to find out that the court date was rescheduled as of October 11th, actually technically October 12th, because we did not get notification that the court date was going to be rescheduled besides from the lawyer who showed up at court on October 11th. We got a dated October 12th notification that the trial or court date, whatever, is being rescheduled. And then we were like, well, that's ridiculous. We have then received another letter that this has been rescheduled again. And for some of you guys who don't understand, reckless driving is actually a pretty big deal. It's a criminal offense, and it's really, really bad, and we definitely want this to be taken care of and taken away. Our Mustang was also towed. I am a partial owner on the car, and I wasn't allowed to drive it back. We weren't treated with respect at the time. I wasn't allowed to talk to the officer. The officer was not very respectful to Ashley, and really just a bad situation altogether.
Why is she being arrested?
Spinning the tires, it's called reckless driving. She's going to jail, and the car's being inventoried to be towed. Because she's placed under arrest, we assume responsibility for the car when we're towing the car.
The tires were not spinning.
Yes, they were.
I heard it.
Yeah. You can get down there and look at the black mark coming around the corner. The officer was sitting right across the street and saw it. Everybody heard it. You see all those people that are standing out there saying, spin your tires, spin your tires? She did that. The officer was sitting right across the street and witnessed it and pulled out right behind her and stopped her right here.
Don't do it! No!
You can go down there and look at the black mark coming around the corner.
You have proof that it's from her car.
Yes.
The tires match.
The motorcycle has it on video.
Trash can control on. It won't even spin. It's always
She
on.
even admitted the tire spun.
Unless his discretion says it's said.
So if the car gets damaged going on the trail?
That's between you and the tow company.
So we are now still going on, and this thing just keeps getting moved back, which really, really stinks. And it's the most ridiculous situation ever for us to have ever been in. So really the whole situation is just a mess. The lawyer that is representing us for the criminal charge, to hopefully get that dropped, expunged. Hopefully we get the $450 of bail back. But a lot of people were talking about, sue the police department, sue the city, all this other stuff. And it's gonna be very hard to find a lawyer to do so. From what I've researched and who I've talked to, no one in South Carolina wants to sue the city, police department, anything like that, because they have to go back and fight in court. So we're really put in this crappy situation where we had to come out of pocket for the towing expense. We kind of had a ruined vacation in a sense. There was a lot of emotional issues there. we're having to deal with this bullshit, which that's all it is. And the only explanation I have gotten so far is that the officer is on medical leave or something like that, which I just don't buy it. How do you randomly go on medical leave and the day of October 12th without notification and send a notification to me, which we were originally planning on going to Myrtle Beach for the 11th for the court date. So if we were to drive up there, get a hotel, and go to court, we would have been even more pissed off than where we are right now. So it puts me in a sticky situation because I would love to make an example out of this so that the city is not able to do this to someone else in the future. And I feel like they definitely wronged us to a very far degree. But unfortunately, it's very hard to find someone who wants to go ahead and fight this for us. If we were to find someone, it would probably be very expensive. So really, we're put in this situation where we have to go through a string of different court hearings. We have a lawyer going there. We paid out of pocket for bail. We paid out of pocket for the towing. And we had a bunch of emotional issues on our trip that was supposed to be a lot of fun. So that is the update. It's not a great update. I would love to tell you that the town dropped it. I would love to tell you that the towing was refunded, but we really don't have any good news on the situation at all. It's unfortunate that this whole thing happened, and it's so ridiculous. I still don't even really understand if the officer is just a prick and he wanted to make an example out of Ashley. I don't know if it was targeted because we do have a social media platform. I don't know if he thinks he saw her do a burnout, which did not happen. I don't know if he mentally thinks that, which I hope maybe he just really thinks she did a burnout and he said that was unacceptable, which that's the only thing you can hope for. I really hope this guy isn't just straight up lying like, oh, look at that car going down the road, it's pretty loud, I'm gonna arrest her for, or probably, he was probably assuming it was a him, for reckless driving. None of the scenarios that go through my head really make sense that justify arresting a girl in a Mustang that's really loud around the time that it's Mustang week. It's not like it's a normal week in Myrtle Beach where there's not a bunch of loud Mustangs going around. I mean, yes, the car is absolutely really loud, but there had to be hundreds of Mustangs in Myrtle Beach with the same exact exhaust setup. So I leave you on that. If you have questions down below, leave them. I'm not going too much into specifics because it's still not over with, but I wanted to give you that update, and I try not to talk about too much specific because the court case is still going on. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at. If anybody from the Myrtle Beach Police Station is watching this, because I know they saw my previous video, I would like some sort of explanation as to why this whole scenario happened. But Ashley and I already talked to someone at the station, and they pretty much back up their officer. So I don't really know. I don't understand how this officer still has a job, and it's not just Ashley. He arrested many other people for things that were not arrestable offenses. Well, technically in Myrtle Beach or South Carolina, any sort of traffic violation is an arrestable offense if the officer sees so fit. But it just doesn't make sense to me. But if you guys like the video, or well, just hit that like button because it helps us out with that algorithm. Leave a comment down below. Some questions may not be answered, obviously, because it's still ongoing. And hit that subscribe button if you are new here, if you aren't familiar with our content. We have a lot of Mustang, Ford content, so definitely check it out. And we will see you guys in the next one.